give a round of applause for Venerable พระมหานิลมาน And next, we are joined by Madam Gita Sabrawal, who is going to give us an insightful experience on sustainable development. And with her extensive works in this area, Madam is the key figure of the United Nations. And as the resident coordinator of the United Nations in Thailand, Madam has been engaging in working across the regions and a wide range of sectors in various fields of development such as peace building, such as governance, social policy, and definitely women empowerment. Please, Madam Gita, on the floor, please. And another key figure of today's session. Please welcome Excellency Warawut Silpa Asha. Excellency Warawut has been active on working on improving the environmental health of Thailand. And as the Minister of Natural Resources and Environment, Excellency looks forward to the transition to a green economy. And through his hard work, his goal is to achieve tangible results. Excellency also strongly believes that all parties should join hands to promote sustainability and to move the country towards the new stage of environmental protection. Please. Well, let me take a seat on my position. Sawadee. Thank you very much for joining us today. It is my privilege and it's my honor to moderate this session. As
Mr. the host, Mr. Thapana, and all ladies and gentlemen. So it is my honor to be in this very prestigious gathering, and especially we are talking about something which is very close to our heart, which is close to our life. We talk a lot about these SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. And I guess that many of us heard about this word and not knowing what it's all about. Especially when we go and after the 17 different goals, 17 different, over 169 indicators, even it makes us worse about what it's all about. So with this presentation, we can see that what do you mean by sustaining? Sustaining, the tenor, the Latin etymologies from tenor, S-U-S, is the prefix which is upholding. Upholding from the below. Tenor means that upholding, and the sus means that from below. So it is means that a whole thing about balancing the things. And today's topic is about sustaining sustainability. What it really meant then. Sustaining, of course, it means that we are trying to put things in balance. For what? For the sustainability. What is sustainability? The dharma itself, the natural law, the things what it should be as a nature, not kind of inflicted by the human effort. Having said that, I just want to throw down another question to add a more kind of juicy part of this discussion here. I just think that the United Nations definition of sustainable development is sometimes just a problematic, just as what we say about the sustainable development. Because in Thailand, even in Thailand, they say that sustainable development is that การพัฒนาอย่างยั่งยืน การพัฒนาที่ยั่งยืน which is a true oxymoron. Because development is always changing. And then the way you are translating sustain means that it's go forever. It will not change. So if it is go forever, there shouldn't be a development. Because development itself means that we are changing all the time. So if it is always changing all the time, there shouldn't be a sustain. So therefore, we have to redefine the whole idea of a sustaining It is not as forever, but it is a kind of a holding in balance. So that is one thing. But with the Brundtland Commission report, it is defined that sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Very well crafted. But I have got a problem with this. Because here we talk about the need of our need as well as future generations' need, our kids and the grandkids' needs, which means that we are talking from only human perspective. We are talking from only economic perspective. So what do we mean by sustain then? If we are talking from only human perspective, I guess our minister here, which is my Minister of Natural Resource, will immediately argue with that because he is the, Your Excellency is the voicing of all the natural world. But the United Nations commissions which define doesn't regard the nature, doesn't regard the resources. It is just means that how we make ourselves to able to survive in our generation as well as a little bit broaden, think of our future generations. So we have to think of future generation. But there is nothing said about your responsibilities about the natural resource. There is nothing about the resources, which is generally, in other words, sustainable development or sustainability. We are talking about the three P, people, profit, and planet. But this is here in this time, it's only the people there. As well as another word, we say that sustainability is about the economy, it is about the society, as well as it is about the environment, or 3E as economy, environment, and equity. So I guess that this is I just want to raise this voice as what do you mean by sustaining sustainability? Because there is a lot of debate which can raise based on our understanding on that. Thank you. We are living in the age of sustainability, and how you become a sustainable person. This is the way. I live the sustainability, not in the ideology. I doesn't talk about sustainability as a lecturer, but I live sustainability with my life. I breathe sustainability. This is how we can make sustainability near and there, and then we can save the world. And we can let this world is a heaven for our future generations. Not only the future generations of our human being, but as well as the climate, as well as the nature, as well as the resources, which can, if you have the idea of sufficiency, you will take only what you need. So, like Mahatma Gandhi once says that, there is an abundance of resources for human need, but there is not enough for the human greed. And we are always led by greed. So if you are talking about a sustaining sufficiency, it means that you have to bring back to that ground and then think that, are you sufficient? What I am doing, is that harming yourself? Is that harming others? It is harming the environment. So if you have that little bit of a consciousness, mindfulness, always warning you, I guess that you are into this path of sustainability. And then only you can sustain the sustainability.
Wow.
as the World Environment Committee was looking for a team to solve United Nations 17 development goals and develop a sustainable economy, Mark, the president of the Technology Research Center for Balanced Development, was assigned to lead the SDG Plus project. However, Mark believed that the word development and sustainable were conflicting, while sustain generally understood as maintaining. Development always brings change in action, so he suggests an alternative approach with clear and balanced goal without adverse effect on us and others. To adapt Buddhist wisdom into the development plans, and to achieve that, he selected capable members to help solve the 17 SDG that can be divided into 5 main categories: people, planet, partnership, prosperity, and peace. People, the first goal, no poverty. This aimed to eradicate poverty, but what exactly that measure poverty? To find out how to solve the issues, the team went to a village assessed to be a poverty-stricken, but what they found was one happy village instead.
If judging by the amount of money we have, we may look poor in the eyes of others because everyone in this village doesn't have that much money. But in my eyes, the fact that everyone has sufficient livelihood, enough food to eat every day, this isn't a poverty but having a good life.
Hearing what they say, the team realized that being rich or poor all depends on one's own contentment. The second goal, zero hunger. It aimed to eradicate world hunger, and that can start with ourselves. This problem was solved several years ago by one of the team members, Walker, who built the community farms for the villagers. This helped the village to solve a problem of food shortage. Everyone works hard and get more than enough to eat. The third goal, good health and well-being. There is more to just being healthy and being well, with the thought that everyone would like the best treatment available to them in mind. The team was committed to develop a public health system that is accessible to all, whether rich or poor, for everyone to stay healthy and also to pass on peacefully. But that was when they realized well-being is not just about physical health, but consists of 4 aspects: physical well-being or our health, mental well-being or our contentment, social well-being or our state of relationship, and lastly, spiritual well-being or our ultimate goal of life. And when all these 4 are achieved, one will then be able to pass on without any worry. In fact, these 4 well-being were taught by the Buddha himself. The fourth goal, education for all. During one of the trips, the team accidentally found a mountain village and met with a group of online sellers who, despite being advanced in age, still looking to learn more things from the internet.
I would say they are an excellent example of holistic education.
Holistic education? What does that mean, Mark?
Holistic education is an education that consists of learning, practicing, and using in its real life. Usually, when learning, people tend to just memorize them, which isn't very effective.
So that means everyone here is incredible to continually learn something and even use that knowledge to start an online business.
Yes. This is exactly how learners should be.
With what they heard and seen so far, they came to know that to achieve education for all, never-ending learning is a must. The fifth goal, gender equality, the equality that isn't limited to just men or women. Belle and Candy went to attend a now art festival in Nati village. They have a stereotypical belief that art is more suitable for women because they are more delicate.
What a nonsense! There's no gender in beauty. It can be used by both men and women, just like art. As long as you like it, even if the painting cannot be understood, it can still be viewed as beautiful.
The leading male figure of the drop-dead gorgeous team suddenly declared that before moving on to the proof that measure of success in art contest is not determined by gender, gender equality only exists when we can eradicate a discrimination mindset. planet. The sixth goal, clean water and sanitation, the fundamental factor that should never be overlooked. The team helped the villagers by teaching a new way of using water based on circular water system, and also introduced a new technology which can convert air to clean water. Knowing that it was just a temporary solution, they decided to educate villagers on sustainable water management by digging marshes to store water need during the dry season and use vetiver grass to prevent soil erosion in the event of wild water. This is widely known as the Kok Nong Na model, which combined the new theory of sustainable agronomy with the local wisdom the two kings who are father and son developed to help the people. The 12th goal, responsible consumption and production, who said that trash is insignificant. With the hope of bringing light to resource management, the team went to teach the children in the village about efficient and sustainable way of using natural resource with their new recycling machine. The 13th goal, climate action, natural disaster can be alleviated. When the hailstorm struck the village, SDG Plus didn't stay idle and immediately sent a team to help. They taught the villager that we might not be able to prevent this disaster. Still, our action can alleviate their severity by changing our behavior to help balance the world. Partnership, the 17th goal. Partnership implement the agenda through a solid global partnership. Human beings are a social species that relies on cooperation to survive and thrive. Understanding how and why cooperation succeed or fail is integral to solving the many global challenges we face. Once everyone take accountable action on the principle of not harming self and other, true partnership then appears. Prosperity. To develop everything in all areas, Mark assigned a team on a special mission to improve the environments of an old village to fit the lifestyle of today's aging society. And by the word improve here, it must cover all four aspects. 1. Affordable and clean energy. 2. Decent work and economy growth. 3. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure. 4. Reduce inequality. Peace. The new allergy outbreak that brought about chaos. With the outbreak of what believed to be a new type of epidemic disease, the one peaceful village was gone while chaos ensued. To find a cure to this maze, the team and the villagers united as one to work together because this isn't anyone problems, but everyone's problems. According to the Buddha, happiness and peace is only achievable when a person lives a sufficient life. Life of sufficiency or nisaya in Pali includes sufficient livelihood, mindful recycling, living with nature respectfully, and being self-sufficient. One who lives a sufficient life on the foundation of the Buddhist Noble Eightfold Path surely meet a true sustainability or dynamic development at last. Will the SDG Plus be able to complete the mission and solve all 17 world problems? The only way to find out is to watch the animated series SEP to SDG through Dynamic Path. Mind, a quick-wit programmer with excellent memory. Mon, genius software developer with a passion for music. He has an exceptional concentration. You really have a passion for music, huh, Mon? Well, I just heard that pleasing tune are great for plants, bringing good health, high spirit, and all that. La 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 la. What's the word? What it is? Ah, I know it. It's climate, isn't it? Ah, brilliant, Candy. Where did you learn these tough words? They are all related to our current global issues. It is you, Daddy. You've been saying this word all the time. I got the last one. Yay. Miss Candy, you're playing crossword and you didn't invite me? Ida, an artificial intelligence developed to assist Mark. But you are AI. If you are playing, then of course I will lose. What about the word sustainable? Do you know what sustainable can be simply explained as the state of being maintained or continued steadily over time.
Wow, what's a meaningful word, Daddy?
Oh yeah, what's a pressure word? I think this will ring nicely with my new song, Sustainable. Master, the scheduled time of the World Environment Conference is coming up. I recommend Master to stand by in the conference room. Oh, it's time already? Thank you very much, Ida.
Boo, I will have to stay alone here again.
I will be back shortly, I promise. And Mai and Mon are also here, so you won't be lonely.
So, Mai, Mon, let's play crossword together.
Are you sure? We certainly don't dumb. Do you think they can beat us?
You won't know unless you try.
Oh yeah, Ida, can you help me call Walker over to join this meeting with me?
Yes, Master.
Walker, a veteran innovation who create AI like Ida. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Mark. So warm greeting to everyone. Firstly, I would like to introduce Mr. Mark, the president of the Technology Research Center for Well-Balanced Development. I believe you all may have heard of his name before for his many achievements, such as the invention of medicine or new eco-friendly technology for agriculture. Thank you very much, sir. It's my pleasure to be here today. As you already know, currently there are 70 major global issues we're facing, whether it is poverty, lacking access to safe food and water, as well as adequate medicine and vaccine. For this, we really need someone, a qualified team to be exact, to take on these 17 Sustainable Development Goals, conducting research to find solutions for sustainable economic development, and thus, I would like to nominate Mr. Mark to take charge of this SDG Plus project. So, what do you say, Mr. Mark? In my opinion, sustainable economic development may not be possible. What are you talking about, Mr. Mark? Can you explain? The word development and sustenance are a bit contradicting, don't you think? When there are developments, of course, there would be change, but how can we change things without generating negative effects? This is going to be a tough case, so I really need some time to think about this element. Then we will be expecting your answer. If there's nothing else, I would think we'll wrap it up. What you said about your idea of sustainable economic development being impossible is very intriguing. How did you come up with that? Actually, I wasn't the one who came up with this idea. It was my father who said it when I was a child.
Dad, why does the tree dry up and not green and beautiful anymore?
That's how nature is. Everything in this world is constantly changing and nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent? Is it? If there's anything I can help with, please let me know. I'm more than willing to do anything. What is this mug? This is the SDG chart to solve global issues. Wow, this is interesting. Ida, please notify everyone to gather here. I think I have some idea now. As you all know, the SDG are the Global Development Plans for Sustainability with 17 goals to be achieved. This goal can be divided into 5 groups: people, prosperity, planet, peace, and partnership. And from yesterday, World Environment Conference, it was decided that I would be taking charge of the SDG Plus project to find answers to a sustainable economic development. However, the word development and sustenance are very conflicting because when there is development, things change and sustainability cannot be achieved. That's why I came to a conclusion that instead, we should look to find developmental change that have transparent and balanced goals without negative effect on ourselves and others.
I totally agree, Daddy. And to achieve this, we will need people of generation and gender to help develop the plans in every step. Thus, I would like to invite everyone here, including you, Candy, to take part in this project. Eh? You want us to be in SDG Plus? Isn't too big of a project for us? And even if it's up to us to decide, how are we going to solve these problems?
That's right, Daddy. What can a little girl like me do or contribute?
These global issues start within the 17 goals are all what people in this world suffer from, right? Think like poverty, hunger, or lack of food, health, and well-being. So the best solution here is simply to find out the root and source of these suffering. Some of the problem may have been caused by physical torment, while some other are caused by mental distress. If we can find suitable solution for each of them, one that eliminates all the suffering and bring about happiness in life for the people.
Wait.
Isn't that what you taught me before? The Four Noble Truths? Did I get it right?
Right.
That's correct, Candy. What I just said was based on the Four Noble Truths, and that is 1. To know the existence of problem. 2. To know the cause of problem. 3. To know that there are solutions to problem. 4. To know how to solve the problem. The principle is fair, but there are only 5 of us. How are we going to accomplish such an important mission? That's another reason why I've called you all here today. I would like to get your opinion on the fastest way to rescue young talents to join our team in this limited time. What about going live? Trust me, there will be many people interested.
I agree with this way, Daddy. This is going to work.
What about the selection? How about we use a mental simulation test? That's a nice idea. What if we create a virtual scenario simulation for applicants to partake in and solve problems? That way, we will get to see who qualify to join our team. That's good. It might take longer, but we can see more of the character. If that's so, Mon, please arrange for the live announcement of our recruitment. Yes, sir. And Walker, please join me in the selection process. No problems. Ida, please notify the board that we gladly accept their proposal, and Wyatt, please inform them about the recruitment. Now, SDG Plus, let's get to work. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Mark, for accepting our proposal. Does this mean you have found a way to solve the problems? Yes, sir. I would like to propose using the ethical development approach, which will focus on the causal factor, creating balance, being impartial, and not causing harm to ourselves and others. Do you really think you can achieve this? Well, we will just have to wait and see. Mr. Mark, we have great faith in you. We will do our best. If you are already tired of sitting still, waiting for some chance to come, and for once want to get up and actually do something for our world to advance and develop in a more stable and balanced way. Hey, isn't that Mark, the president of the Technology Research Center for Well-Balanced Development? Hesitate no more and join SDG Plus. Now, together, we can make our world a better place. Remember, the time won't wait for anyone. See you very soon!
ในขณะที่วิถีชีวิตของ consumerism ของทุนนิยมนั้นไม่มากขนาดนี้ ท่านเตือนตั้งแต่ตอนนั้นว่าระวังเราควรที่จะนึกถึงสิ่งที่เรียกว่าบ้านของเราโลกของเราอย่าลืมว่าถ้าท่านตอบคำถามได้ว่าท่านอยู่ที่ไหนเห็นไหมครับห้องนี้หรูหราสบายในขณะที่อาตมาถอดแมสมันคืออากาศโล่งมันคือสิ่งที่เราคิดว่าเป็น birthright มันเป็นสิทธิส่วนบุคคลที่ทุกคนควรที่จะมีแต่อัลลอฮ์อากาศที่เรากำลังคิดว่าสบายมาจากไหนครับมันมีค่าเท่าไหร่ครับโดยปกติการที่ลมโดยธรรมชาตินั้นมันสามารถจะเยียวยาของมันได้ถ้ามันอยู่ในระดับที่สมดุลแต่มนุษย์เห็นแก่ตัวเกินไปเราใช้ดินน้ำลมไฟของเราซึ่งที่เป็นคุณจนทำให้เกิดดินก็เป็นพิษลมก็เป็นพิษน้ำก็เป็นพิษและพลังงานก็เป็นพิษทำให้บ้านที่เราต้องอาศัยทำให้บ้านนี้นอกจากพวกเราแล้วสรรพสิ่งสิงสาราสัตว์อีกมากมายที่อาศัยอยู่ในบ้านนี้ได้รับผลกระทบอย่างแรงในขณะที่พวกเรายังไม่รู้สึกว่าเราได้ทำอะไรลงไปเราคิดแต่เพียงว่าเพื่อความสุขความสบายของเราเป็นสิทธิของเราที่จะทำเช่นนั้นโดยไม่ได้นึกถึงผลของการกระทำซึ่งทางศาสนาเรียกว่านั่นคือเรากำลังสั่งตราบาปให้กับบ้านให้กับโลกนี้ตราบาปในที่นี้ก็คืออะไรครับกิจกรรมทุกอย่างคำพูดทุกอย่างลมหายใจทุกลมหายใจที่เราลดออกไปนั้นมันต้องใช้พลังงานและการพลังงานที่เราใช้ก็เท่ากับว่าเราต้องทิ้ง footprint คือคาร์บอนถ้าเราต้องการที่จะอยู่ในโลกนี้อยู่ในบ้านที่ไม่โทรมเสียไม่เสียหายที่สามารถที่จะอยู่ได้สิ่งที่ท่านจะต้องทำก็คือเรื่องของวิถีคิดของท่านวิถีดำเนินชีวิตของท่านเพราะว่าเนี่ยการที่อาตมาพูดออกมาแต่ละลมหายใจแต่ละคำการที่อาตมาเดินไปแต่ละอันมันคือการใช้พลังงานเมื่อการใช้พลังงานนั้นมันก็คือการสร้างคาร์บอนเพราะฉะนั้นการกิจกรรมทุกอย่างของอาตมานั้นสร้างคาร์บอนไว้แล้วแต่ว่าโดยธรรมชาติมันสามารถจะแก้ไขได้ระดับหนึ่งแต่เราต้องมา take accountability ในสิ่งที่เราสร้างเพื่อที่จะให้อนุชนรุ่นหลังได้อยู่ได้ไม่ใช่เห็นแก่ตัวเราเอาตัวเราเป็นที่ตั้งแล้วก็เอาแต่ว่าขอให้เรามีความสุขคนอื่นช่างหัวมันถ้าคิดได้อย่างนี้เราก็ไม่ได้เป็นมนุษย์เพราะฉะนั้นคาร์บอนนิวทรัลิตี้หรือว่าคาร์บอนอุเบกขาจะเกิดขึ้นได้ก็ต่อเมื่อเราต้องรู้จักความพอเพียงสันตุทิฏฐาในกายกรรมวจีกรรมมโนกรรมของเราไม่ใช่ไปโทษรัฐบาลไม่ใช่ไปโทษประเทศที่พัฒนาคอบปีนี้27เน้นอยู่4อย่างนะครับ mitigation พยายามที่จะใช้วิธีให้ลดลงเหมือนกับชีวิตพระที่พระพุทธเจ้าให้ลดลงต้องมีเรื่องของ adaptation เมื่อมันลดลงไม่ได้เราก็ต้องรู้จักหาวิธีที่จะปรับซึ่งพุทธศาสนาเรียกว่าสุขก็คือสภาพที่ทนได้เราจะต้องสร้างสภาพเปลี่ยนแปลงตัวเองให้มันทนได้จะต้องมาช่วยกัน collaboration เพื่อที่จะแก้ไขปัญหาที่เราสร้างกันร่วมกันสร้างบาปเป็นกรรมมุงก็พยายามจะสร้างแก้ไขตัวนั้นซะด้วยอะไรครับด้วยการลง finance บ้างด้วยการลงแรงบ้างด้วยแง่ของการดำรงชีวิตอย่างมีปัญญาก็คือมีสติสัมปชัญญะขอให้ทุกท่านนั้นจงมีสติสัมปชัญญะในแง่ของการดำรงชีวิตอยู่ให้รู้จักขอบคุณ appreciate สิ่งที่ท่านมีอยู่ให้รู้จักกตัญญูกตเวทิตาทดแทนสิ่งที่ท่านเสียไปให้กับธรรมชาติกลับคืนไปสู่เหมือนเดิมท่านก็จะมีความสุขและอนุชนรุ่นหลังก็จะมีความสุขตลอดไปขอบคุณครับ
สาธุ สาธุสาธุ
Thank you, Roberto, and Father Joseph, and especially Ajahn Surat, who invited me to this distinguished gathering of the group called Bioethics, UNESCO Bioethics. My main topic, which I'm trying to deal with in 15 minutes, is that trying to talk about these three different topics, that is interbeing, eco-dharma, and eco-sattva. By explaining these three words, I guess that is a new logos, a new words, I will able to at least show you that how Buddhism really look at the bioethics in this modern world. So Buddhism, when you talk about Buddhism, it is one of the, we can call it religion, but I myself don't call it religion myself. I never regard Buddhism as a religion, because in idea of religion in English is very narrow, very straightforward. It has to be something to do with relations with the Supreme God. But whereas in Buddhism, it is all about Buddha means that awakening. It is about your cognitivity awareness. It is about how do you develop your life to be more well-being and happiness in here and now. It is nothing to do with God. It is nothing to do with others else, which is we haven't, we're not able to communicate with our direct way of communication. So this is all about how do we live in this world that is with nature, between the biosphere, biodiversity, and also the human diversity. So this is what I see as a Buddhist in this world. Therefore, I would say that all this global problem, what we are seeing at the moment, is mostly from not accepting the biosphere laws, not accepting the biodiversity laws, misunderstanding of natural laws, immoral action and behavior for your being a selfishness, and then lacking the knowledge of interrelationship, all things. And having said that, in the relationships and all those things, it just, I think, give answers to what COP27 is coming, COP27 in November. They say that their goal and vision is that mitigation, adaptation, finance, collaboration. I will delete out the word finance. It's not about me, because my job is, my profession is that I just go for arms round every morning. So that is my my profession. So I don't care about the finance, because I don't live with the money. But mitigation is one of the things that you want to understand how you mitigate all the damages you are creating yourself and the society. Adaptation, also how do you adapt to the new development of these natural laws. And collaboration is how do we work together to feel that. So these ideas, I guess, that was taught us from the beginning of like my life, when I was become monk, when the novice, when I was a...
Do you have any?
Yes, thank you, Lillian, for the great response. I just go straight forward to the different 5, 6, 7 questions. Very short answers, I will. Okay, about interconnectedness. In Buddhism, talking about the dependent origination, everything is connected to each other. So Lillian's question is that whether it only applies to the human or it applies to the other sensual being as well. Well, it actually applies to all kinds of life form, okay? But unfortunately, humans are the worst and very capable of damaging worse than the natural sort of a capacity. That's why it's a matter of our human being, because if there is a lot Well, I guess in this 21st century, when you mention about mindfulness, when you talk about mindfulness, it's become a universal mantra, I guess. In Buddhist, the derivation of the word mindfulness in Buddhism is the word in Pali called sati, which means simply it could be mean just memory. First of all, I would say that when you are limited to business CEO or business people, that is a way how you want to use it. But the mindfulness doesn't have a kind of a shading of this is for this and that. This is a whole idea of how do you increase the quality of your life as a human. So as a human, then you have a human as a business human, then you have a human as a parent, you have a human as a monk, you have a human as an administrator, you have a human as so many other kind of human. But whole idea of mindfulness is that if you are able to realize who you are and what is your functions, what is your responsibility as a human, a global citizen. So in terms of once you recognize as who you are, so the whole idea of a reactions, whole idea of a creativity, whole idea of actions you are creating, which is what you call a business, which is called way of living, which is called your behavior, which is called yes, for many, sometimes they just limited the mindfulness technique as a way of meditating, closing your eyes, and so and so. That could be one of the options if you are really want to be. And then when you do that, sometimes you will label that you are a religious man, you are pursuing for holy life or whatever it is. But to be mindful or to practice mindful in your busy life, in your very chaos life, is that able to realize, and then in able to realize, able to conscious what you are doing. So when you are develop the mechanism of being conscious, being able to realize, aware of your duty, your work, your responsibility, and your profit, your aim, and so and so. Sometimes it will say that you are just little bit of you are slowing down your life in a way. So because when you think very quickly, act and reaction very quickly, you might not have enough decision power. You might not have enough information to decide on something you are deciding on. But you go to the bed. Once you go to the bed, then you are mindless. Then you started to dream. So don't make your opening eyes at a dream life. So when you are awake, you are seeing things with your eyes. So to be mindful means that you are able to see with your own eyes about everything what you are doing. Of course, when you are a successful person, I think we have misunderstood a whole idea of a technology. Technology, it is a technique, it is an instrument, it is an assistant, it is a kind of how you trying to achieve something through something. Yes, once it was, I think, the late Supreme Patriarch, who happened to be my master, His Holiness Somdet Pranyana Songwon. And then he once gave a talk, I still remember. He gave a talk at the AIT, Asian Institute of Technology. And then he he used the topic for his talk at the time that technology of mind. Good afternoon, Mr. Thapana, the President of CRCN, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen on site, as well as all ASEAN friends. Today we are talking about reopening, recovery, and resilience. So that's why let me first open my face. My presence here, I guess it is quite clear. I'm here not to talk about opening the country. Just our Excellency just mentioned about the opening of his country, Malaysia. We have seen that the first session of reopening, we talk about how this pandemic is opening itself. But my presence here simply means that it is not opening outside there, but opening inside of us. Have you opened yourself to the situations which we are hoping that we will have a situation called after COVID? I don't know. This is already towards the middle of the 2022. We are still with COVID. COVID is not giving up us easily. We hope that we can reopen our inner us to see the world in a new way after the COVID-19. But it seems that it is still the dream, it's still the anticipation, and it's still the hope everyone in this world is having. When we talk about a recovery, I guess we are not talking about a recovery of the economy. Of course, it is very important. But most important than that recovery of economy and recovery of all those things in the secular world, it is very important how we recover from the death and the disease of near and dear of every one of us. These 2 years has been a very worst year for us, as many our friends and family left this world. This really makes every one of us fear of death, fear of uncertainty. So, are you recovered from all those deaths? Are you recovered from all those damages and fear? And of course, in order to do that, you need to have this power of resiliency. So this is why I'm here. The resilience is power which you can build only from inside of you. You can only reopen, you can only recover if you have enough caliber of that resiliency. I just want to tell you a story, which makes this congregation, I think, more easy to get through. It was in 1993 when I was accepted by the prestige university like Cambridge University to pursue on my postgraduate degree there. All of your excellencies, distinguished guests, you are talking about their secular city. But have you reopened your mental city? Isn't that everything which you build onto your city is built first in your mind? So I will say that. Reopen your mind first. Reopen yourself, inner you. And then slowly recover from all the damages you have gone through these 2 years of this COVID-19. We have seen the impermanence. We have seen the death, which is unexpected deaths. We have seen the poor health and take those things as a lesson. And you are a true human. If you want to be a true human, stand up again, bounce back again, just like any nature does it. Just like a tree, when you have a hurricane, you have all these things happen. Tree might be, weak, but when the sun comes, you can stand up again. That very energy only can develop through being at the present, mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Always, when you deal with anything, deal with your intention. Deal with your attention, but at the same time, develop your non-judgmental attitude towards your life as well. Only then you can not only reopen inner you to the new world, you can recover from all the damages, all the diseases which you've gone through. But with that resiliency, you can rejoice your life. So let us take this time. This is a time, May of 2022. Hope that COVID will bid farewell. Let us bid farewell to COVID and then be rejoiced with who you are, with whatever you are having, and enjoy your life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Venerable.